He waited patiently in the doctor's office, tapping away his feet and clasping his sweaty palms. The doctor enters, glancing at his lab reports, and gives his diagnosis. "Mr. Patel, you have high cholesterol, but don't worry, there is nothing to be worried about." My dad simply looks at her peculiarly, wondering as to the level of seriousness of his condition. Cholesterol is known to increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Although the common misconception is that cholesterol is bad for the body, it is actually good for the body as well as a necessity. High cholesterol levels are caused by eating foods high in saturated fats, lack of exercise, and smoking. They cause higher risks for heart attacks, strokes, and heart disease. In order to prevent the risk for these conditions, we must actively monitor our daily diets. I personally have family history of heart disease, therefore I must be careful as to how I keep my lifestyle. I attempt to decrease my risk for heart disease by understanding the pros and cons of cholesterol. Cholesterol has two components: high-density lipoproteins, HDL, and low-density lipoproteins, LDL. Low-density lipoproteins are what are known as bad cholesterol. They deliver cholesterol to cells in the body through the bloodstream. They are larger, less dense, less stable, and readily oxidize and deposit plaque in the arterial walls. More likely to clog arteries, these low-density lipoproteins increase the risk of heart disease. High-density lipoproteins are what are known as good cholesterol. They are smaller and more dense. They remove cholesterol from the arteries and protect against harmful plaques in the arterial walls. The optimum level of low-density lipoprotein is less than 200 milligrams per deciliter. The optimum level for high-density lipoproteins is, for males, between 40 and 50 milligrams per deciliter, and for females, between 50 and 60 milligrams per deciliter. The higher the HDL, the better. Total cholesterol should never increase above 200 milliliters per deciliter. Cholesterol increases the risk of many diseases such as heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure. This is a picture of a normal heart. Normally, blood flow would come in through here, go down into the ventricles, and then leave through the superior vena cava. However, when cholesterol builds up, it clogs the arteries by forming deposits within the arterial walls, thereby decreasing the space in which blood flow may move. Many times, high cholesterol may not be the result of a high level of bad cholesterol or low-density lipoproteins, but rather a low level of the good cholesterol or high-density lipoproteins. Cholesterol comes from two sources: foods we eat and other body cells and the liver. 75% of the cholesterol in our body comes from our liver and other body cells. 25% of cholesterol comes from the foods we eat. Bad cholesterol comes from things such as ice cream, whole milk, and eggs. Good cholesterol, we can incorporate good cholesterol into our diets by eating foods with oats or cereals. Fish oil is also very good for good cholesterol. And buttery spreads that have 0 grams of trans fat. In conclusion, cholesterol may be good as well as bad. We must simply pay attention to the type of cholesterol in the foods we eat. So get up and, instead of getting that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, grab a salad or an apple. It puts less pressure on your heart.